Hi again. We're going to do a quick series on CellProfiler. I'm going to try and do a bunch of small, short tutorials on each one of the sections and break it down. It's a bit of a steep learning curve. It's a very powerful software and does excellent segmentation. There's a bunch of things you may want to just stick to Fiji. It's a little bit easier to do the one-off functions, but for when you want to do repeated tasks and you want to analyze lots of data that's similar, you can do it a lot quicker and a lot more information, and with a much better segmentation using CellProfiler. Go to cellprofiler.org. It's a free program from Broad Institute and funded by a number of different people there, and you can download it from the download section. You do need to get the 64-bit version of Java for it to work. There's a stable 2.2 and the beta 2.3. I've been using both, not seen any problems with either. Too bad we've got the old one, 2.1. Some of you might be running. I advise installing the new version and coming to the new version because it's a lot quicker and it's a lot smoother. And I believe you have to run the nightly builds if you're running Windows 10, for example. But if you run into troubles, they have a great forum. It's been revamped in a recent months or years, not too long ago, and they've got a lot more people there to help, and a much better forum there to get some feedback. And they've got some great getting started tutorials and examples here to get you rolling on a few different examples. So go ahead and download that and install it. There's nothing non-standard about that. Just go ahead and install it, and we'll show you what it looks like. So here's one I've got set up with a pipeline. We call this section through here the pipeline or the project, and I've set one up here for a few different servers just to show you what the output is, and then we can go back through a blank project and look at how we bring all these stages together. And let's run it and just run a few outputs, and it will take different inputs and then create an output from that and keep going and rolling forward with the things you create. And so you can look through these different windows and see identifies nuclei, identifies some of the cell boundaries, and does a really good job of segmentation in between them. And you can get some measurement on these objects and filter them and decide you don't want certain objects, and create overlays, which I like for output, so you can have a folder of output images just to see how it's done and how well it performed. And we've created these from a bunch of different individual modules, of which there are many modules, so it's very flexible. And you bring these modules in together here and you just order them as you need them, and it rolls down from one to the next, and you can have a succession of different things that you can then work with and output and go from there. That's the basics. We're going to start at this point on the next one, talk about how to get the images in, how to get the metadata correct, and how to make sure it can see what we want it to analyze and separate up the channels, for example, things like that.